At the moment, few people do not know about such a phenomenon of modern social life as volunteering. Volunteers gradually occupy the most important role in the social life of society. They can provide humanitarian, medical, financial assistance, and even perform some police functions, as various such squads do. Modern realities have greatly actualized this phenomenon. In this connection, historical science is asked to study this problem in retrospect. Therefore, the main objectives of our project are to characterize modern volunteering, to understand who used to be called volunteers, to find out who could previously be called volunteers in the modern sense, to compare the modern volunteer movement with the past. Volunteer, from Latin voluntarius, acting according to his own will. In the past, a person who entered the military service of his own free will. There were two types of volunteers: professionals who are hired to serve for a fee, and volunteers who go those who join the army according their ideological connections, as a rule for the duration of the war. Before the introduction of the universal military duty, the volunteer was the main way of the complex military forces, for example in France of the 17th and 18th centuries, or in addition to other systems of recruitment, such as Italy. In Russia, volunteering existed in the form of institution of freely defined. Also, volunteers were called people voluntarily working according to the program of any government or non-government organization, for example the Peace Corps, or performing a certain type of service, or performing a certain type of service: translator, guide, cleaner. During the production of series of international mass events, Festival Olympiad, as a rule without payment.
What is volunteers in the modern sense? At the moment, as a rule, volunteers are people who are voluntarily and gratuitously involved in helping other people, and not only. A volunteer organization is a community of people who are ready to share their resources, strength, time, skills and professional skills for the benefit of other people free of charge. Volunteer organizations bring volunteers together, providing training, coordination and support. Often a volunteer organization grows out of a small group of people who first were united by a specific social problem, and over time we realized that they could help systematically, regularly, more efficiently and faithfully. A volunteer organization can help a specific group of people, for example, refugees or orphans, or solve problems in the specific area. Preservation of cultural heritage, environment, safety. Who used to perform modern volunteers functions? Without any doubt, despite the fact that earlier, as we have already found out, the word volunteers had a complete different meaning. Nevertheless, were people and organizations performing the modern functions of a volunteer. We can say that medieval monks were among the first volunteers. At the monasteries, the monks went voluntarily. There are houses for the homeless, hospital, and sometimes school. In addition, the monks could take part in horticultural work. In addition, we can mention the Order of Hospitals, who member in Italy provided medical assistance to the wounded crusaders. In modern times, one can recall the incident of Plague, doctor who took the bodies of who died from the plague outside the city, disinfected in infected houses. And of course, one cannot fail to mention the Red Cross Society, an interesting organization providing medical assistance during hostilities.
Based on the foregoing, we can conclude that the concept of the word volunteer now has a completely different meaning than before, and this word acquired its modern form in Russian language only in the 20th century. This is due to the fact that the language is a conservative structure. Some words come to us from the past, sometimes acquiring a completely different meaning. However, the etymology of the word voluntarius is preserved both in the past and in the present. The only difference is where voluntarius is applied. However, despite the fact that earlier completely different people were called volunteers, nevertheless, in the past there were organizations that performed the modern functions of volunteers. Thank you for watching this video. In the description below